I lost 75 pounds, but I still love ice cream. Luckily, I can eat a McFlurry every single night and stay lean. The trick is packing in nearly 50 grams of protein so they keep you full, and using specific ingredients like this syrup so they taste identical to the real thing. So in this video, I'll show you how to make the 3 most popular McFlurry flavors, the exact ingredients for each, and the full macro breakdown so you can make one tonight. Let's get into it. The great thing about these recipes is that the bases are nearly identical, so you can make them and decide which flavor you want when it's time for dessert. Let's start with a high-sided container on a scale and add 430 grams 1% high-protein milk and 4.2 grams vanilla extract. Since there is no 1% milk in my area, I just use half 2% milk along with half fat-free. Then into a separate measuring cup, add 1 scoop or 32.4 grams vanilla whey protein, 20 grams erythritol, a half gram salt, and a half gram xanthan gum. And for the love of God, please use an excellent tasting protein. If you don't, your pints of ice cream will taste like fermented booty cheddar, and no one wants that. I will link the one I've used for years down in the description. Now whisk the dry ingredients together, grab an immersion blender, and start mixing the wet ingredients. You want to see a vortex or twister in the milk, like this. You may have to lift up the blender a couple inches from the bottom to do so, but when you do, start adding in your dry ingredients little by little. Once the first amount of dry ingredients dissolve, add more. Repeat until all dry ingredients have mixed in, and then blend for an additional 90 seconds. Just be careful not to pop out the blender from the liquid while you mix, because that will cause additional foam to form. Pour the liquid gold into your pint, pop the top on, label it, and freeze for 24 hours. When you're ready to cream, run your pint under hot water for 1 minute, load it into the creamy, and hit the light ice cream button. While blending, weigh out 39 grams of mini Oreos. Why mini Oreos? During my testing process, for reasons unbeknownst to me, they just didn't break down nearly as much as regular Oreos during the mix-in setting. This results in a much more authentic McFlurry with a healthy mix of small and big chunks of Oreo throughout. And that's what I do for all my recipes. Test them until they not only work, but are perfect. The same goes for Scoopology, my creamy cookbook. Creamers have been raving about it since launch, and they get free updates as new flavors get perfected. The link's in the description, and right now, it's 20% off. Clear out a 1-inch gaping hole in the middle of your pint, add 28 grams of your Oreos, and make sure you push them down so they reach the bottom of the pint. Cover the Oreos with the ice cream you just took out, load the pint back up, and run the mix-in setting, like this video. While that's mixing, I'll take 11 grams of mini Oreos that are left over and chop them up into a mix of big and small pieces. For a true McFlurry feel, I'm going to add the cream to a piping bag, pipe it into a cup, and top with half the Oreos. Then when I am halfway through, I'll add the last of the Oreos so we are guaranteed Oreos in every bite. Our second McFlurry, which has been in Scoopology for months now, is going to start the exact same way. Add the same wet ingredients to the high-sided container, followed by the dry ingredients in a measuring cup. Then take the immersion blender and slowly add in your dry ingredients while mixing. People ask all the time if you could use a blender or a frother for the recipes, and I would highly recommend against it. Both options create a lot of foam, causing overflow, and don't keep the ingredients suspended evenly throughout the mix. Many of them end up staying chunky and falling to the bottom of the pint. Anyways, after all the dry ingredients have dissolved, mix for an additional 90 seconds and get your pint in the freezer. The next day, run the pint under hot water for 60 seconds, load it into the creamy, and run the light ice cream setting. Remove a 1-inch hole worth of ice cream out of the center, stuff that hole with 20 grams of mini M&Ms, and load everything back up for a respin. Get bougie like me and add it to a cup. Then finish with 4 grams of mini M&Ms over the top. And when you're halfway through creaming, add the last 4 grams of mini M&Ms and go to Pound Town. Our last McFlurry is a classic that only comes around once a year, but is arguably my favorite one.
I could definitely make this.
Into a high-sided container, add 400 grams 1% milk, 18 grams creme de menthe syrup, and 4.2 grams vanilla extract. Creme de menthe syrup is nearly identical to what they use in the real McFlurry and will give you that classic Shamrock McFlurry flavor. I tried using peppermint extract during testing, and while it was good, it just has a different flavor profile as it tickles your taste buds.
Oh yeah, you could just tell that this has some real sugar in it, and this just reminds you of that taste that you get from McDonald's when you get a Shamrock Shake or a Shamrock McFlurry.
Then in a measuring cup, add 28.4 grams or 7/8 a scoop of vanilla protein, 10 grams erythritol, a half gram salt, and 0.7 grams xanthan gum. Whisk everything together before we start slowly adding them to the high-sided container while the immersion blender does its thing. When all the dry ingredients have been added, continue blending for an additional 90 seconds and get your pint in the freezer. When the clock hits cream 30, rinse the pint under hot water for 60 seconds, load it into the creamy, and hit the sorbet button. But Nick, you did the other two on light ice cream. Yes, but this ice cream has some sugar from the syrup and less erythritol, which changes the hardness of the ice cream, and that's why each ice cream needs several tests even after the flavor is perfect, just to see which setting gives the best texture. Now scoop out the ice cream and add 24 grams mini Oreos to the middle. I tried adding some of the syrup before the mix-in setting like McDonald's would do before they mix everything together, but the creamy fully mixed in the syrup into the ice cream, just like I did yesterday, and made the texture worse from it melting and softening our cream during the mix-in setting. Finish by running the mix-in setting, making it look beautiful in a cup, and adding 4 grams of chopped mini Oreos on top now, and 4 grams halfway through creaming. No matter which McFlurry you choose, you'll be sent to Flavor Town. However, there are a handful of creamy mistakes that instantly ruin your recipe, and a few that could even break your machine. So in this video here, I'll break down the 11 biggest ones so you stop wasting ingredients and get great results every single time you use your Ninja Creamy. Until next time, deuces.